Hi there, welcome back to our PZE Right Platform to Grow in English. I'm here to discuss with you a beautiful story. The Wolves of Cernogratz. Okay, so written by Saki. You must have heard many stories written by Saki. Saki is a famous author, and Saki has written many stories for the children. Alright, so without any further ado, let's get started with this beautiful story. The entire story, The Wolves of Cernogratz, revolves around this castle, the building. Okay, castle in the sense huge building. Alright, so once they used to be a Cernogratz family living in this castle, but due to some reason they sell it out to other people, and it is said that a legend or a saying is associated to this family or to this castle. This is what all about the story based on that legend. Right? Here the first question we have: are there any old legends attached to the castle? Asked Conrad of his sister. This question is asked by Conrad to his sister. The question stays for the exploration of legends or tales or sayings. Legend can be said tales or sayings, and the clash between rationality and the supernatural things that occurs later in the story. Okay, Conrad was a prosperous Hamburg merchant, but he was the one poetically dispositioned member of an eminently practical family. Conrad, a prosperous merchant, is the only one in his practical family with a poetic and imaginative disposition. He asked his sister if there are any old legends or tales or stories connected to the castle they are living in, or they have possessed, showing his interest in the castle's history and tales. This sets the stage for the story's exploration of the castle between rationality and the supernatural things, as Conrad's curiosity, interest about the tales plays a significant role in the events that unfold in the narrative. Right? Here I have a question for you. So the question is, what do you mean by one poetically dispositioned member of an eminently practical family? Here it means that Conrad is the only person in his family who possesses or who has a poetic, imaginative, or artistic nature. His family is described as eminently practical, which means they are very focused. Okay, They are very focused on practical matters, business, and rational thinking. In contrast, Conrad is the one of family members who has a more creative and poetic mindset, emphasizing his inclination toward art, literature, or anything imaginative. This contrast in their dispositions sets up the central theme of the story, okay, where rationality clashes with the supernatural. Next question for you: what do you mean by member of an eminently practical family? Okay, what do you mean by member of an eminently practical family? Here, it means a member of an eminently practical family refers to an individual who belongs to a family known for its practical, realistic, and down to earth approach to life. Okay? Here are some more questions for you based on the above paragraphs or lines. The first question we have here: who asked the question, are there any old legends attached to the castle, and to whom? So, who asked the questions? Conrad. Alright? Conrad asked the question to whom? To his sister. To his sister. Conrad asked this question to his sister. The next question we have here is: what was Conrad's occupation or profession? Alright? So his occupation and profession was a prosperous Hamburg merchant. Alright? So, a prosperous Hamburg merchant. Merchant means trader or businessman. Okay? This is the answer for question number 2. Now, question number 3 we have: how did Conrad's family generally approach life or practical matter? So, answer will be Conrad's family was eminently practical in their approach to life. Eminently practical in their approach to life. Okay? Now, question number 4 we have: what qualities set Conrad apart from the rest of his family? Yeah. Here, the answer will be: Conrad was described as the one poetically disposed member of his family, or imaginative, creative, artistic. One poetically disposition or imaginative, artistic. Okay, one of the member of the family. Okay. Question number 5 What did Conrad inquire about in relation to the castle? So, Conrad inquired about legends or tales or sayings that is associated to the castle. The Baroness Grubel shrugged her plump shoulders, which means the Baroness Grubel shrugged her plump shoulders describes the action of Baroness Grubel lifting and then dropping her plump or chubby shoulders in a gesture of indifference or lack of concern. Shrugging one's shoulders in a common non-verbal expression that typically conveys or shows a sense of not knowing, not caring, or being apathetic about something. In this context, the Baroness' action suggests that she might be dismissing something or showing that she doesn't attach much importance to it. Alright? That means she doesn't know what she was asked. Okay? Next, there are always legends hanging about these old places. They are not difficult to invent and they cost nothing. In this case, there is a story that when anyone dies in the castle, all the dogs in the village and the wild beasts in the forest howl the night long. It would not be pleasant to listen to. Would it? Would it? Okay, here, these lines mean that old places like castles tend to have stories or legends connected to them. Making up these stories is easy and it doesn't cost anything. People enjoy creating and sharing these tales. Okay? So, adding to the charm of these historic locations, it's a way of saying that such places naturally inspire tales of folklore or tales and imaginative stories. In this case, there is a story that when anyone dies in the castle, all the dogs in the village and the wild beasts in forest howl the night long. It would be weird and romantic, said the Hamburg merchant. Merchant means here trader or businessman. Alright? It would be weird and romantic, said the Hamburg merchant, which means the Hamburg merchant finds the idea of creating a legend or tale interesting. He thinks it would be unusual and romantic, adding a sense of mystery and charm to their surroundings. This shows that he is open to the idea of making the place more fascinating with a unique story. Alright? Here I have some questions after these few more lines. First question we have here. What is being referred to as these old places in the first sentence? Right? So it will be historic or ancient location like castles. Okay? Historic historic or ancient. Historic or ancient locations like castle. Alright, so this is referred here in the first questions. Question number 2 we have here. Why does the speaker say that legends about all places are easy to create? Okay, question number 2. Here, legends about all places are easy to create because they don't require much effort and they can be invented without any cost. Now, question number 3 we have, what is the legend mentioned in these lines about when someone dies in the castle? Okay, about that in the castle. So, the legend mentioned is that when someone dies in the castle, all the dogs in the village and the wild beasts in the forest howl throughout the night. Okay, that is mentioned here. Question number 4. What is the speaker's opinion about listening to the howling of dogs and wild beasts all night? Here, it shows that it would not be pleasant to listen to the howling of dogs and wild beasts all night. It would be irritating. Okay. Question number 5 we have here. How does the Hamburg merchant describe the idea of inventing a legend for the castle? So the Hamburg merchant describes the idea as weird and romantic. Okay, weird and romantic. Suggesting that he finds it unusual, imaginative, and emotionally appealing. Okay, so this all for today. This was part number 1. Please, if you would like to know more about the story, watch the next video which I'm going to upload very